The secret ingredient. Avery's lab was filled with the scent of spices and herbs, the perfect setting for culinary breakthroughs waiting to unfold. Avery's heart raced, not just from the anticipation of the new recipe, but from the tension between Luca and Zoe. Luca's expertise in traditional cuisine often clashed with Zoe's avant-garde, daring culinary innovations. Each day in the lab became a tug-of-war between time-honored techniques and cutting-edge experimentation. Luca argued for the power of simplicity, while Zoe pushed for unexpected combinations and molecular gastronomy. Avery's mind swirled, caught between respecting Luca's time-tested methods and Zoe's boundary-pushing creativity. The kitchen was a battleground of flavors, with every ingredient representing a choice between past and future. Luca's dishes spoke of nostalgia and comfort, while Zoe's creations brought shock and excitement to every bite. Avery began to feel like their recipe wasn't just about food, it was a metaphor for the choices they needed to make in life. Luca's classic dishes reminded Avery of stability and the security of tradition, a solid foundation. Zoe, on the other hand, represented freedom, the thrill of venturing into the unknown, daring to fail. With each bite of Luca's food, Avery tasted warmth, family, and history, flavors passed down through generations. Zoe's dishes, vibrant and experimental, spoke of potential, of a future that had yet to be defined. The lab sessions grew longer, the lines between professional and personal blurring with each passing day. Avery spent sleepless nights pondering whether innovation could ever truly blend with tradition without losing its edge. As Luca continued to champion classic flavors, Zoe challenged Avery to consider the unexplored and daring. Both paths seemed equally appealing, each offering a part of the future that Avery envisioned. Luca's loyalty to tradition felt grounding, a reminder of where food, and Avery, had come from. Zoe's defiance of convention was intoxicating, like a promise that the future held endless possibilities. Avery found themselves daydreaming about what life could be like with Luca, predictable, comfortable, secure. Yet, Zoe's fiery spirit, her constant drive to disrupt the status quo, was impossible to ignore. The recipe was nearing completion, and with it, the need for Avery to decide which path their heart truly followed. Luca believed the dish should stay simple, its flavors pure and untouched by modern whims. Zoe wanted to push boundaries, incorporating elements that no one had dared to try before. Avery stood at a crossroads, a simmering pot on the stove as much a symbol of their decision as the ingredients inside. The kitchen felt like a stage, each dish a performance of competing philosophies, clashing yet beautiful. Avery realized the recipe wasn't just about the food, it was about who they wanted to become, who they loved. As Luca's traditional dishes reminded Avery of home, Zoe's boldness whispered of a future filled with discovery. Every spoonful tasted like a different possible life, every decision laden with the weight of heart and ambition. Luca, steady and certain, offered a life of familiarity, where each day felt like a slow, beautiful waltz. Zoe, passionate and unpredictable, promised a life of excitement, a whirlwind of creativity and adventure. The final days of recipe testing became a symbol of the choice Avery faced, each meal a reflection of Luca or Zoe. With every passing moment, the decision became clearer, though it also grew more difficult to voice. Avery imagined working alongside Luca, crafting dishes that honored the past, built on tradition. Then, Avery pictured a future with Zoe, every meal an exploration, a leap into the unknown. The kitchen counter felt like a dividing line, with Luca's wooden spoons on one side and Zoe's liquid nitrogen on the other. Avery's heart was heavy with the decision looming, as if the future depended on the final flavor of the dish. The lab was quiet, save for the sound of boiling pots and whirring blenders, as the final test began. Avery mixed the ingredients, Luca and Zoe both watching intently, representing two vastly different futures. The final moment came, the dish complete, a blend of elements both traditional and innovative. Avery's heart raced as they tasted it, knowing that this was more than just food, it was a declaration of love. The flavors danced on Avery's tongue, a mix of Luca's comforting warmth and Zoe's daring sparks. In that moment, it became clear that Avery didn't have to choose between tradition and innovation. There was a way to blend both, just as there was a way to blend the elements of their professional and personal life. But when it came to love, Avery knew deep down who they were truly drawn to. Luca represented everything steady and known, but Zoe ignited a fire within that couldn't be ignored. Avery realized that it wasn't about abandoning tradition, but about embracing the new while respecting the old. The final decision didn't feel like a loss for tradition, but a victory for creativity and passion. Avery turned to Zoe, knowing that the future they envisioned together was bright and full of potential. Luca, while disappointed, understood that Avery's heart belonged in a future of endless possibilities. The lab had given birth not just to a revolutionary dish, but to a relationship founded on creativity and shared vision. Avery smiled, knowing that the secret ingredient wasn't in the spices or the technique, but in the courage to move forward. As they continued their culinary journey with Zoe, Avery found ways to honor tradition in unexpected ways. Luca's influence would always be there, but it was Zoe who helped Avery see that innovation didn't mean forgetting the past. Together, Avery and Zoe crafted new dishes that fused the best of both worlds, breaking boundaries while honoring roots. Their professional and personal partnership flourished, each pushing the other toward new heights of creativity. Avery found peace in knowing that the right decision had been made, one that respected both heart and ambition. The recipe was complete, but their journey together was just beginning, filled with promise and discovery. In the end, Avery had found not just the perfect dish, but the perfect partner, one who celebrated both tradition and innovation.